0% financing, and we'll just add it to your bill. Start saving today. It only makes sense. The City of Dublin Natural Gas. Look who I found here, Wade Sharp with the gas department. Wade, kind of roaming the halls here at City Hall. You came at the wrong time.
Absolutely.
You were never indoors. You're always out working somewhere. And you would have been there today if you knew I was here, wouldn't you?
No. I'd love to see you anytime, James.
Let's talk about municipal gas here with the City of Dublin. Gosh, the rebates and all the things going on. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we have a rebate system set up at getting new customers on board. We're giving away a free 40-gallon hot water heater to all new customers. If you want one larger, such as an 80-gallon, we'll give you a $200 rebate towards that. But we're giving rebates for every appliance that you install, which would include fire logs, stoves, dryers, heaters, anything that you've got that runs off natural gas and you're willing to swap over, we'll give you rebates.
So you can get all new gas appliances, everything in the house. You're going to get it all hooked up, basically give them the money, finance at 0% for 60 months. So just add it to your bill with the City of Dublin. No hoops to jump through. Don't have to go to the bank. Don't have to go put yourself out like that.
Yeah.
And get all brand new appliances.
And pay for installation. I mean, it's a great deal we got going.
Goodness.
Yeah, 5 years, up to $5,000, no interest. It's a great setup for anybody who's looking to go to natural gas. We have, like I said, incentive rebates, on-bill financing, everything that you need to convert over.
And what's some of the benefits, besides what you just said, municipal gas versus having electricity?
Well, natural gas in itself is is an inexpensive commodity. It actually heats water a lot cheaper and a lot less expensive than electric would. So you're looking at kilowatt hour differentials with the market changes somewhere between 4 and 5 cent differential cheaper with natural gas than it is to use electric. So it's a money saving operation for all customers who go on board. They'll see savings over a 3 to 5 year period that will pay for their appliances.
Okay, it's Customer Appreciation Week. We're going to be cooking some hamburger and hot dogs tomorrow, I know, on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And you're going to help with the cooking.
No, they don't invite me over to cook for some reason.
We know who's going to be cooking, don't we?
Yes, sir.
But got good help out there. How long have you been with the City of Dublin?
May 28th will be 16 years.
Wow.
Yeah, been a while. I've enjoyed every minute of it. The city's just a great place to work. We got such good employees. You know, the city manager and our council just works well together, and our employees, they do a great and outstanding job on a daily basis.
What made you go to work for the city?
At the time, I had basically just sold a restaurant and was unemployed. And City of Dublin had an opening in the engineering department, and I applied for it and got the job.
And tell us a little bit about your family.
My wife's Jennifer Sharp. She works with Georgia Dermatology and Skin Cancer. My daughter is Samantha. She just is finishing up her first year at UGA. In the pharmaceutical, she's going into pharmacy. So I'm proud of her. She's done real well and had a 4.0 GPA last semester. A little bit difficult this year. This semester's got a few more difficult classes than last year, but she's doing great, and I'm proud of what she's accomplished.
Well, she's accomplished a lot. I know y'all have traveled all over the southeast with her, participated in many things. She went to Trinity.
That's correct.
And participated a lot there, and that education helped her when she got to Georgia, didn't it?
Without a doubt. You know, Trinity is a great school. The teachers and the faculty and staff there look out for these kids, and they just give them a good Christian background, and she's taken that with her to Georgia and joined some Christian organizations, Wesley Foundation for one. She just came back from Jamaica on a mission trip for her spring break, so instead of taking her time and coming home and like most average college students do, just kind of lay around the house and enjoy their week off, she went down and helped build houses and feed some of the homeless.
Isn't that great?
It is. Makes you feel good.
Yeah, it's got to make you proud. Y'all did something right.
Hey, we did.
What an accomplishment.
Thank you.
Yeah, what an accomplishment that is.
Thank
Well, beautiful young girl, and Wesley Foundation, what a great organization for college kids to get in. I know my nephew, he joined up immediately at Georgia, and gives you that foundation and to be around fellow believers and to have that support staff, because it's tough when you go off to any school, much less something the size of the University of Georgia.
Yes. And a culture shock to leave Trinity, you know, which are 17 people in her graduating class going into 28,000 people. It's a little different, different mindset, but she's done real well. She's adjusted real well, and we're proud of her, definitely.
And finally, what would you say to people watching us now, residents of the city of Dublin, who may need help at City Hall?
Come down, give us a call. All our people, customer service staff are outstanding. They know their jobs. They can answer your questions. We gas departments. Basically, we've got our administrative assistant, Ms. Yvonne Baker, is there. She can answer any of your questions on on-bill financing if needed. Michael Clay runs that program and sets up most of the, the application processes. But any questions you have, you can call us at 478-277-5048, and Yvonne Baker will answer the phone, and she will be able to lead you in a direction to get your questions answered.
Hello, I'm Brian Bazemore with Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County. We've been in business for over 12 years here in the Dublin market, and we would like to invite you to come by and experience a new way of banking. We have the state-of-the-art teller pods, fast, friendly personnel, and we have same-day loan approval. Lenders are on site to be able to help with all of your financial needs. Come by today and experience a new way of banking. Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, 605 Bellevue Avenue, Dublin.
Okay, look who I found in the hall here at City Hall, Royce Hall.
Royce Hall. Yep.
Royce works with the engineering department here, and Royce, I'm kind of walking through City Hall this morning. It's Customer Appreciation Week here at the City of Dublin, and I know every year y'all serve hamburgers and hot dogs one day, and that's actually on Tuesday of this week. And you'll be watching this all during the week because we are celebrating customer appreciation. Tell me what it's like working for the City of Dublin.
Well, working for the city is a privilege and an honor because, you got to have a job. And also I like working with people, and it's all about giving back, as well as I help the customers, I help citizens to various things that they have to do in the community. As I was said before, that all our resources goes into the homes of individuals. So we give service to them, so we just want to give them a payback of what they do for us.
Well, you serve in many ways in the community. I know you work here at City Hall or work for the City of Dublin. You're all over town, but you've served with the St. Patrick's Committee for many years. You serve quite a bit in your church, so service seems like it just comes natural to you.
Yeah, it's all about servitude, serving and giving back, doing those things that help the community to be better. I just want to be a better citizen. So, when you giving service to the community, you're allowing yourself to work with people, and it's that interaction that I love, that tie that you have with people, because we're all here in this world together, and we're here to do our best as we live.
That's right. So, tell me about your church. Where you go to church?
Well, I go to Spring Hill Missionary Baptist Church, where Reverend Winford McLeod is my pastor, and I serve as the youth director, among other things that I do in the church. But it's all about staying busy. God wants us to do a whole lot. Amen. So we just got to continue to carry the torch so the other generations can carry it as well.
I was talking to Josh a few minutes ago when we started, but talking about our young people, I believe our youth get a bad rap a lot of times. Most of our youth are good people, and you being a youth minister, what's your take on that?
Well, I wouldn't go as far as saying the youth minister, the youth director, but I do minister to our youth. But it's just something that I love to do. Ministry is something that we all should do because we are all preachers in some form of teaching the gospel, and that's what it's all about. Just helping our youth to be better in this community. And first of all, it starts with me. I got to be an example so that they can see the light that shines in me.
That's right. Absolutely. We need to be that godly example.
Oh, yeah,
There's
absolutely.
no doubt. And the Bible tells us we are to be ministers. We may not be a preacher, but we are to be ministers of the gospel and the good news. So what's the most fun part of your job?
Well, before I answer that, I like to tell people sometime on the note you just said, we're not, even though you're not a preacher, you don't have to be a preacher. You can be a reacher and also a teacher for for our youth. But as far as my job, what I like about my job and what have you, I like doing design work. I like knowing, when you know what's out there up under the ground in certain locations, you know, that's what mapping is all about. And so it helps everybody's job to be easier to locate valves that are underground and fire hydrants in a certain location. So, you know, drawing and schematically putting this information in a organized form, or how should I say, putting data into information and making it where it's readable for everybody.
And you know, we get a new police car in the city. Everybody sees that pretty new police car. Oh, look at that new police car, man. I like it or don't like it, whatever. But you know, people don't really see what you and your team do when you start talking about underground. But the city of Dublin has invested heavily in new water lines and gas lines, and you mentioned the valves, and those things are just as important. They're more important than to get a new police car a lot of times.
You know, they work on both scales. I mean, every department has its responsibility, and police cars serve as, you know, helping to protect and serve us. And our utilities, valves, you know, what have you, they serve us in a sense so that we can have that comfortable lifestyle in our homes. So.
What would you say to citizens of the city of Dublin watching right now that maybe never been to City Hall, maybe scared, and I mean just that fear of coming in? You got 2 stories of nothing but offices here, and I'm very familiar with it because I'm here a lot. But to the person that maybe just moved here and don't know about whether City Hall is their friend or not, what would you say to that citizen?
Well, I say, you know, everything is based off of internet, online, and what have you. You know, first do your research and find out what the city has to offer, and also come in to see who your representatives are in your area. And, you know, what better place to come is the City Hall. And another great place to come is our council meeting. You will learn what goes on in the community, what projects are going on, what's been approved and what's been not approved. But at the same time, you will learn some resources that are here to help you as you move into the area.
Okay, I'm standing by the elevator now, and look who I found.
I just happened up.
Here, it just popped up.
That's right.
Here. So, and some people are running from me. You know how that is. But anyway, I grabbed Matthew, and tell us, it's Customer Appreciation Week.
It is.
And tell them, what is your capacity here at the City of Dublin?
I work in the engineering department. I wear a lot of hats. I'm willing to do anything any day to make the city run smooth. But my main focus is in engineering, and we try to make sure the roads are good and smooth that you ride on, and the pipes are full of water, and the sewer's running, and the traffic signals are letting you go when you need to go, and just anything like that.
Important stuff.
That's right. That's right.
So tell us about your family.
I'm married to Tara Bradshaw. She is the DDA director, has been for several years, and we have a 5-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son.
Okay. And how about your parents?
My father is Ben Bradshaw. He works at First Lawrence Bank. He's the head teller down there at the bank. And my mother is Jana, and she's a blessing to us. She looks after our kids when they're not in school. So
isn't that great?
that is awesome.
It's just hard.
It takes a big stress off of us.
And that's the best thing about being a grandparent of 6 grandchildren. You know, we don't call it babysitting. That's what we love to do. You know, don't call me no babysitter.
No, that's like a paid gig.
Yeah, no. I mean, we want to keep them.
Right,
you know,
that's right.
I mean, it's just a joy. Nothing like grandkids. But a lot going on downtown. Give us a little update of what's going on downtown.
Well, as everybody knows, we're making good progress on the plaza. Dublin Construction's finishing up the first phase of the work. They've got the facade wall finished. They got some small details to work on it, but pretty much if you go down there today, you'll see what it's going to look like. Is all the brickwork's done. So that's the main thing going on right now.
Okay, and we've got so many condos.
We do. We do.
And from somebody who grew up here in Dublin, it just
never would have thought
me.
that.
No,
that anybody would live downtown. Who would do that? You know.
But isn't it great? The investment, the private dollars has followed the public dollars.
They have. It's great to ride downtown on a Saturday night and see all the on-street parking on Jackson Street full, and people are walking down the sidewalk. that's really nice to see.
And you know, I'm a tag watcher or tag reader.
Me too.
And whether I'm at Southern Pines or downtown or whatever, I'm always looking at, you know, I'm seeing Emmanuel County, and Truitland County, and Toombs County,
Where
and
these people
Wilkes
coming
and Johnson
from.
and on. And it's not just local people, but
No.
it is fun to ride downtown, and you can't find a parking place. And
Yeah.
we're doing something about that.
That's
I know.
right, we are.
But it is really, really nice to see that, and people are coming from Swainsboro,
They are.
wherever, to eat supper at Dino's or walk around and do whatever they're going to do.
That
So,
makes you feel good that we have that in our backyard, you know.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So let's talk to the person watching us, a resident of the city of Dublin. What would you tell that person about coming and needing help from City Hall?
Well, I think, first of all, just living in the city, we have a lot to offer. There's a lot of amenities that you don't get living in the county. There's nothing wrong with living in the county, but I live in the city, and it's so convenient to live close to a grocery store or Walmart or needing to go get something. But and we have services that we offer along with that, with trash pickup and your water service and everything like that. And if you have any problems or questions, it's a phone call or come see us at City Hall. We'll be glad to help you. Our customer service department is always willing to assist. And if they don't know the answers, they can get you somebody who does.
Two good benefits of living in the city of Dublin. One, municipal gas.
That's right.
Saving money. It's probably a third the price of electricity. To be able to get municipal gas, I think is just such a great benefit.
It is.
You never without, you know, we had the power outage, the storm last year. You can still take a shower. You still
That's right.
got gas. You can still cook. Even though the electricity's out,
That's
you
right.
still have that municipal
You do.
gas flowing into your home. And the other one is fiber. To be able to, the city offers the fiber to go into businesses and homes. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
we
nice.
got it at the station last year. I don't know how we live without it.
Right.
It's just amazing. But the city offers these services that everybody needs to take advantage of. I mean, just all you got to do is call the city of Dublin. And right now, Matthew, free appliances, the rebates that they've got on just putting appliances, gas log, whatever it is, water heaters.
And the installation.
Yeah.
Finance and installation. I mean, you can't find any finance like that.
Just add it to your gas bill.
Anywhere.
How easy is that?
That's right.
I mean,
No interest.
I mean,
over
my
5
goodness,
years.
Yeah, 60 months. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
It is.
I mean, you can get all new appliances. I mean, nothing out of pocket. It's just, I mean, I just think it's a great benefit.
It is.
Okay, brother. Well, I appreciate you talking to me.
Thank you. Anytime. Always good to see you.
Looking for a way to keep your drink ice cold till sundown or your coffee piping hot throughout the morning? Then you need a Yeti. And Georgia Pools has a huge selection of Yeti tumblers and coolers to choose from. Whether you're taking it off the map or to your backyard, no summer adventure is complete without a Yeti from Georgia Pools. And while you're out rambling this summer, protect your eyes and eliminate the glare of that bright Georgia sun with Maui Jim sunglasses. Their polarized +2 lenses make colors pop, improve clarity, and sharpen detail. Maui Gems will change the way you see the world. Stop by Georgia Pools showroom today at 1201 Hillcrest Parkway, Dublin, Georgia, or give them a call at 478-275-3607.
Now I have with me Josh Powell, the city attorney here at Dublin. Josh, how long have you been city attorney?
I'm in my third year now.
And Lance preceded you. He was picked to be our new city manager after George Roussel served for many years. And
That's right.
you know, you work with a good team here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Got a good group of people to work with. We have great leadership in our city councilman and our mayor, certainly city manager and all of his employees. It's just amazing to me all the things that the city of Dublin does and accomplishes for the citizens here. It's amazing.
And, you know, I'm at City Hall a lot. Joe Kiner used to ask me, had I clocked in or, you know, was I on
Right.
the payroll? But we do have a great relationship with the city of Dublin. And, you know, the one thing that I love about when I come to City Hall is to see everyone. I've seen many people in your office, to see the willingness to help the citizens of Dublin?
Oh yeah. We try to, my door is always open. We just had Councilman Benny Jones just had a forum he put together for some people in his community down in his ward, and we were talking about the criminal justice system. We had the DA there and Superior Court judge and somebody from probation and myself, and we were just kind of informing the public about what we do. And as prosecutor in municipal court, my door is open to anybody that's got a traffic ticket issued by a City of Dublin police officer. I'm happy to talk to people about it. We're not there to hurt people. We're not there to persecute. Right. I'm there to prosecute and seek justice, but by doing that, we don't want to hurt anybody and want to make sure that justice is even-handed. So we're here to help.
And we want to keep people safe, and I understand what you're saying, but and the good thing now is in being in the television business, we have video everywhere.
Oh yeah, there's nothing more fun to me than sitting there and listening to somebody claim that they stopped at the stop sign, and then we pull up this nice pretty video and it shows clearly that they just run right through it.
I mean, there's and we see on national television there's telephones. We all have video cameras all the time, and even the bicycle cops don't think they don't have videos.
They do. They do. They've got body cameras and they have the dash cameras on their car. And even I know Wendell Lawrence. He's notorious here in town. He's a great law enforcement officer. He stopped my wife, and he stopped a few other people in my family. So we joke with him and say he'd write a ticket to his mama. But he even drives a motorcycle sometimes, and he's got a video camera on that motorcycle. So it's helpful. They're very helpful to go back and watch. If somebody, particularly if somebody calls and tries to say that the officer was rude or something like that, it's just so reassuring. I've never gone back and watched a video and seen any of our officers being rude to anybody. So they're just down to business.
Absolutely. And Wendell, Chief Chapman, we're all about law. We're law-abiding citizens.
Oh, yeah.
We believe in the law.
That's right.
And whether it's you or me, I stop at stop signs, red light, and it don't matter if anybody's around or not. If the light turns red, a law-abiding citizen, we stop at the red light.
Well, we've just had so many accidents. I mean, you get the Courier Herald every day, and there's, you see accident after accident after accident, and we've just got to address that problem.
Yeah.
A lot of it, is distracted driving. I was coming back from taking my little boy to school this morning, and was riding beside somebody and just saw them just steady looking at their phone while cruising down the road with me, and it just was unnerving. People have got to pay attention to what they're doing. You're driving a very heavy piece of equipment, and just got to pay attention. That's how these wrecks are happening.
And our families, and I want to talk about your beautiful family and beautiful children, but our families are on the road, and my son being in law enforcement, I want them to be safe.
Oh, absolutely.
And every morning of my life, and I want y'all to know, and I wish you'd join me, but every morning of my life, before I ever get out of bed and saying my prayers, I pray for our law enforcement.
Absolutely.
Among other things, but I pray for our law enforcement, our military, because they have a difficult job.
That's right.
And I want to be safe.
Absolutely.
I want to be safe on the road, and that's why now in my past, I have texted and drove, till I learned, I learned, and I didn't get in an accident or anything, but, by seeing, like you said, one day in the paper last week, it seemed like every story on the front page was a different wreck.
A wreck somewhere, that's right.
And that's scary,
It is.
And we're filming this, it's Customer Appreciation Week here at City Hall, but this morning it was raining very hard.
That's
and
right.
I saw emergency vehicles everywhere.
Oh,
First
yeah.
responders, sirens, and I knew what was going on. Because a morning like this, you expect
That's right.
things to happen. But we need to lift our law enforcement up in prayer and pray that God will put a hedge of protection around them, because they have a very, very difficult job.
Absolutely. I mean, we ask so much of them, and they give so much, and all of them have good hearts, and they want to do right and be out there and protect, and they just work so hard every day at it, and for such little pay, in comparison to the service that we're given from them. We give them so little, so we truly appreciate that.
And some other people that work really hard, and we see and I had a revelation about this. We did a show with the sanitation department here a couple of years ago, a day in the life of sanitation workers. We live in a beautiful city.
Oh yeah.
And a clean city. It don't just happen.
No.
I mean, you know, Mr. Coney and that entire staff, they get up early every morning. They get up earlier than most people watching us right now.
That's right.
But and get out here and work. And you know what really excites me about them is even I watch them at people with elderly people. They can't pull the trash can out to the curb. They go behind the house.
That's
now,
right.
how many municipalities has those kind of workers that are a handicapped person or whatever that I would see? They go behind the house, get the trash can, dump the trash, take it back behind the house so the person can get to it.
That's right.
I mean, that's going way beyond any expectation.
And do it with a smile on their face, you know. I
Isn't it great, though?
It's absolutely great, absolutely wonderful. Well, we appreciate our customers, you know, and that's a service that is so easy to take for granted, you know, but trash collection is just, and keeping the streets clean.
Yes.
It's just something that you don't think about, but I mean, there are people out there working every day, and that is what they do. They're great employees.
You know where it's really noticeable? We just had the St. Patrick's Parade recently.
Oh yeah.
And of course, we're wrapping up, getting all our stuff together, you know, when it's over. And here they come down the street, and we, the citizens, we leave a mess.
Yeah.
After a
especially
parade.
if my kids have been there.
And it's just part of the parade.
Yeah.
But before you know it, I'm telling you, within the next 30, 40 minutes, it's like the parade never happened.
Oh yeah, they're on top of it.
I don't know.
The committee that you know, the committee that runs the St. Patrick's parade and all the festivities for that, they meet all year round pretty much. I think they've probably already started meeting again for next year, and they meet here at City Hall, and I'll pass by the door there and hear them talking. And there's a lot of planning that goes into that, and a lot of it has to do with, you know, the street department and the sanitation department going in right after the fact and cleaning up. I mean, it's an endeavor.
Yeah. Tell me about your family.
I'm married to Lisa was Bloodworth, daughter to Buddy and Joanne Bloodworth, and we've been married. This year will be 11 years, and in May, and we have 3 small children. Joe, Kate, and Olivia, and they are 6, 4, and 2. So they keep us running.
You know, and that's what, Josh, I like. I think I interrupted you, but that's what I love about a social network, about Facebook, is being able to stay in touch with. I graduated 40 years ago this year, but to stay in touch with people I graduated with from Wisconsin to Homestead, Florida, and everywhere in between.
Right.
And to see their kids and their grandkids grow up. And I say that, we being Facebook friends, to see your kids, oh my goodness, how could you not be happy?
Oh, they
on.
Definitely, they try you sometimes, but they
that's part of parenting.
Oh, it is, but they're truly a blessing. They really are, and it's amazing to me to see them, especially as they're getting a little bit older and developing their own little personalities. They're a lot of fun. People say they keep you young, and I do. I think I'm staying young at heart, but however, all this gray hair that keeps popping up on my head, I'm just it's a lot of fun though. Yeah. They're a lot of fun.
And kids, let me tell you, and you know, people talk, well, kids, you know, this, and they dog out our younger generation, but there's good parents everywhere. And we're in the middle of graduation now. We've been filming graduates. We've already just finished all the schools, but the kids, I'd say over 90% of our kids come from good families.
Oh yeah.
I'm in contact with them all the time. I'm in the schools, and I see nothing but respect and well-mannered. It's yes, sir, and no, sir, and Mr. Deal. And, you know, it's just, you know, we read about the few that are bad.
Right.
And even that's not the end of the world. You know, anybody can change. I mean, we both, you know, if we gave our testimony right now, we made our own mistakes in life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe not that particular mistake, but we all make mistakes. And only by the grace of God.
Absolutely.
That, you know, we can be forgiven and we can work through things like that. But
well, I try to, my wife and I try to impart as much as we can on them and make sure that they're coming up, you know, like they're supposed to. Make sure they say yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. I know that's something my parents drilled in me
Absolutely.
coming up, and just that little bit of respect, it goes a long way.
Amen.
And we just keep them involved in church, of course, and the church activities. And so my middle child, Kate, the 4-year-old, she our church at Pine Forest is where I go to church, sang. They were having a youth fundraiser for the youth program there at the church, and they were serving people lunch, and her little cherub choir sang as part of the entertainment for it, and it was just wonderful to see all those little kids up there just singing for the glory of God. It's wonderful. It's just wonderful.
Yep, and well, she must have took after her dad, because I want to tell y'all, Josh can sing now. I've actually listened to that. I think they've just got you an ace in the hole there when they need somebody to sing. I think they just grab you up, and but you got quite a voice.
Well, it's so funny because my wife has a beautiful voice, and she sings with me every now and then. And I started going to Pine Forest when we started dating, and she was in the choir, and then she got me involved in the choir. And then after she had our first child, Joe, it just got hard for her to make it to all the practices, so she kind of bailed out, and there I am left being in the choir. But I enjoy it. It is therapeutic to me to get up there and sing like that. It's wonderful. And Mary Krausen is our choir director, and she's just such a blessing, and she's so wonderful. I mean, you can't say anything.
No, I mean,
to totally describe that. Yeah. She's wonderful.
And I've interviewed her quite a few times. She's a blessing to be around, and she knows she's somebody. Even other churches will call on her. Maybe around Easter cantata, Christmas cantata, just to make sure that they're doing the cantata right. She's one of them go-to people.
That's right.
That can get you back on the right track sometime. But it is special, though, that y'all do sing in the choir together. And I think that's good to be that godly example.
Right.
My wife and I sing in the choir together, and we just can't wait. Sunday afternoon we have choir practice. We can't wait to get to choir practice and that time of fellowship with fellow believers and singing. And I can't sing like you can, but I can harmonize.
Well, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
You can contribute in different ways, but
well, we find that it's the time that we have in choir together. It's a little bit of time. The kids are being taken care of, and it's just a little
that's
time
why
to
you
be
sing in the choir.
No, that's not enough.
I know.
But I mean, just to have that time to be around other adults, and it just be there in fellowship. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful.
Absolutely.
When you can actually concentrate on it.
Well, the reason I wanted to talk to you, Josh, and we're just kind of traveling through, as I told you earlier, traveling through City Hall here, and to show you a different side of the people that work at City Hall. Not just Josh. You're going to be meeting more here in a little while, but you come to work every day. You are a servant. And going back to your belief in God, we should be servants.
Oh, absolutely.
Jesus Christ served for 33 years on this earth.
That's right.
And he taught us to love and to serve. And that's got to be fun, to come every day to be able to serve people. And I'm telling you, I came in today before we did this interview. I had a question. My goodness, Josh goes through, and it took you 5 minutes or so, whatever, and you print me out information. But that's what you do, and I've seen many people in your office through the years. But that's got to be the fun part of your job.
It is. I came from being a prosecutor down in the Oconee circuit down in Eastman. I was an assistant DA down there for about 6 years. And, of course, that's so narrowly focused on one aspect of law. It's criminal prosecution. And I still do that to some extent in municipal court. But city attorney, you run the gambit of – I mean, I do everything except for divorces, I mean, we draft contracts, we do, ordinances, and we do you name it. I mean, it's policies and procedures, coming up with, how people come to me all the time with questions. Can we do this? Can we not do this? Dealing with a lot of property law. The city, as you know, is getting ready to continue the widening of Hillcrest Parkway, going to make it widen it all the way, the whole shebang. And so as part of that, it requires us to get additional right-of-way from people that own the parcels all the way down the street. So we've been doing that. We get utility easements all the time and negotiate with people on that. And it's it's a lot of fun. I mean, I'm learning something new every day, so it's a never ending. That's part of the reasons why I like law.
Wear a lot of hats, don't you?
Well, yeah, you do, but it's a lot of fun and it's very rewarding, you know, to help people. And I try to make sure that, especially when I'm dealing with people, on, you know, getting easements and stuff for us to run a, you know, stormwater drain through their property or something, just explain to them the benefit of that to them and how it's going to get the water from, you know, coming onto their property to going down a drain into the tube under the ground, you know. So that's it's rewarding that way.
And another, before I let you go, the city is really teamed up with the land bank.
Oh yeah.
And what a great! I wish we'd thought about this many years ago, but to be able to work with Sharice.
That's right.
And the land bank to make our communities look better. And I know it's difficult sometimes trying to work with people that have owned property for many years, but you know, as I got to tour some of these areas a couple of weeks ago with Sharice, there's people been living there for 40, 50 years, and the community is not, it don't look like what it used to.
That's right.
And these people can't help it. But for the city to join forces like this to clean up these communities.
Well, the mayor and council really, you know, want to. That is a major priority to eliminate the blight. Yeah. And so we have a few different mechanisms to do that. And one is the land bank, and they are, you know, we're still in the early stages. They've just been going for just over a year now, and but it's a blessing to have this great team that works together and is trying to do the best they can to eliminate those problems.
Okay, Josh, I appreciate you talking to me.
Yeah, thank you.